Welcome, welcome everybody. You'll have to let me know how my audio levels are. It sure has been a minute, hasn't it? Um, I was all set to do this particular stream and surprise y'all with the mystery game, and I was really looking forward to it. Um, and then I got really, really sick. I got really, really sick, and it took me a long time to recover. In the interim, I have moved. As you can see, my background's not there anymore. I am in a different house. Um, and I wanted to host this stream to sort of, um, oh my goodness, hold on, my buttons are not working. How did I do this last time? Oh god, it's circle. Okay, well. I don't remember how I did this last time, but we are going to be starting. This takes place after the events of 10-2. I do apologize if my voice is a little bit echoey. The new place is bigger, which is wonderful. But that also means that there are fewer things on the wall to absorb my voice. It will get better as we put more things up. I also want to get some of those cool panels to put behind me, maybe, and that should help a lot. This room is huge. But I'm very glad that we moved. It's a much bigger place. It has outside space now. We're not so close to the main road as we were before. And it was a good move. But, we would like some new stuff for our bigger house. And so, as you can see, I have set up, this way, I've set up a little donation bar. Absolutely not mandated. This is just, if y'all feel like helping us with our recent move, I would really appreciate it.
Riku, what are you doing here? I was gonna ask you that!
But as always, let me know if the volume's weird. I unfortunately cannot do a whole lot about the echo.
You got one too?
Oh, they both got letters.
I thought it was just some stupid junk mail. It doesn't even have a return address on it. But I figured I'd come check it out, and I'm glad I did. It's been so long, Uni. How are you?
Good.
They do use their higher quality models a lot of the time in this game, which I really appreciate.
Whenever we wanted. But time
now this game is a bit of an oddball. Even more than 10-2 is.
Seat from the right in the front row of the east block, right?
Fifth seat from the right in the front row of the east block is a reference to Titus.
Pain!
Long time no see.
You got a letter too, Pain?
Looks that way.
Has it been 3 months?
Feels like more than that.
That's a really awkward way of telling us that it has in fact been 3
You
months
two are the
since
ones who
last
got
game,
off the
so
ship
what
in
are
the
you
first place,
saying in my
remember?
I suppose some bonds just can't be broken.
It's this. There we go. It's just my desk. Getting used to the new space. Basically, we have a giant living room now. The one before was much smaller, and we had things all over the walls, so the echo wasn't really a problem. This is a huge room.
Thanks, Riku.
It's like the kitchen, living room.
Where's brother?
Or kitchen, dining room, living room are like all in one place, and then there's our bedroom.
Forget about that.
There.
Come on, Uni, read the letter.
About
Read
25%
it!
bigger than the last place, and we are loving it.
Oh,
We do need some furniture to fill it up, so
Travel to Udisur.
I don't know why you spell
powers
it like
yours
that.
and yours alone, and there will be something worth seeing.
Will there?
That's it?
I do promise
That's it.
eventually I will have something in the background where it's not so
Udisur?
bland.
What's a Udisur?
Why is it
Udisur
spelled like
Tower.
that?
I've heard of it. Only rumors, though. A ruined tower just recently discovered, so they say. I've got an idea where it might be.
Then let's go. Take the helm, Pain.
Me? I think brother will get mad if he finds out, won't he?
Who cares?
Well, that
Who
settles
cares
that.
about brother?
Wait!
Why?
R!
P.
Let's
I respect our soldiers.
This doesn't look good.
That's gonna happen a lot in this game, where different girls are gonna narrate different parts of it. I kind of like that, actually. Oh, well, there we go. We are off on our new adventure. Here we are. Utisur Tower. Doesn't look like they say anything. My buttons are a little bit messed up. I think it's locked to the Japanese control scheme, so you will see me mess up quite a bit. Can't go in there. Guess we just have to go forward. Why even give me control at all? There's the tower. Ooh. Now our mission is to get to the top of that.
It's huge.
Good thing we can just fly straight to the top.
We could, but...
Now where's the fun in that?
Where's
Well,
the
where's
fun
the
in this?
climbing?
Remember the letter. Reach the top by powers yours and yours alone, and there will be something worth seeing. We should do as it says.
Do what it says. That's easy.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this.
I do too, Riku, but not for the same reasons you do. Go in there. Go in here. Nope. But this guy will tell me all about how the tower works. And I know how the tower works. So... head for the top of Utisur Tower. You can only use items you find in the tower. Individual skill is the name of the game, so you'll be alone, but can switch characters at certain points. Victory conditions, reach the top of the tower. Easy enough. Hello, Han. Welcome in. I have finally returned to streaming. I'm not dying anymore. I'm actually going to pick Riku, because Thief is one of the best dress spheres in this particular version of the game. Yes, I know, it was not fun. So our mission is to get to the top of the tower. And it's kind of like a mystery dungeon, almost. And I can only use whatever items I find, and I can only carry so many of those items. I'm guessing X goes back? Yes, it does. So circle goes forward. I fixed it on FFX, but I can't remember how I did it, so we're stuck with that for now. So I have my one Thief dress sphere, and you'll notice it says Thief level 1. This means that I can, and will, level it up. So my character can level up, but also the dress spheres level up. And that's really important in this game. You can also have different abilities that you can use. And you move one square at a time, and so do the enemies. So I just got a Black Mage Dress Sphere. You can equip up to 5 at the same time. One of them is your base Dress Sphere, and so that's the one that is going to take damage, right? It's gonna take me a while to get used to that. I will waste several turns until I get used to that. The one on top is your base Dress Sphere, and then underneath you can layer more Dress Spheres. You maintain the statuses of all of them. And you maintain the abilities of all of them to an extent. There is an ability that you can only do if this person is up top. And for the Thief, that is Find Trap. But all of these other abilities you have access to, even if the Thief is not or even if the Black Mage is not your top dress sphere. So it's very, very cool. The red squares are either enemies or things that I can interact with. So, why don't we interact with that? And it's going to be a little bit rough going at first based on how lucky we get and what items we are able to get, which is what's kind of fun about this game. I only wanted to start out as Riku because you automatically get Thief. I will be switching to Yuna as soon as I can. I am not a big fan of Riku, I have to say. If you lose all of your dress spheres, you then become, I don't remember what they call you in English, but in Japanese it's called a bear. So where it's just your base dress sphere. Got a little bit of money every time I hit that rock. So now there is nothing else in this room, so I will keep going. Except now there's an enemy. I wonder... So Riku's special spell is Thunder, when she's a black mage. I hope that I find a gun mage soon. That's my favorite one in this game. So we just move one square at a time. We're going up this castle, and we're looking for these elevators to activate and make our way up. I got an ether, which is great. I got an antidote drink, which isn't as good. Now, this game is all about inventory management, because everything you pick up, including your dress spheres, goes into your inventory. And so you are going to have to put things down, pick them up. But the white squares on the map are going to be items of any kind. The red squares are going to be enemies. And the black square is going to be the elevator, which takes us up to the next floor. Basic healing is great. We'll need that. Until we find a white mage. Now, a pro tip with this game is that you level up once per floor. And so we will be trying to do that. We're just gonna hang out here and vibe. Every time we hit this, we're getting a little bit of heal. Every few floors, you randomly get transported to the shop, where you can buy things. So we will want some gil. And sometimes those things have, save memo is great. By default, you can save every 5 floors. The save memo lets you save on whatever floor that you are on, which is great. Let's go back and take out some of those enemies. There are also traps. And there is a certain combination of dress spheres that gives you the ability to never be hit by a trap. Thief is one of them that are necessary for this. So Thief is just goated, essentially. I know every few floors there are completely random conditions that you need to activate the elevator, and I will have to look up what those are because I do not remember. But I had the idea to do this game because I completed it recently on my PS5, and I thought it was a lot of fun, and I thought it would be fun to stream. So, let's see if it is. And I wanted to, you know, raise a little bit of money to help outfit our new apartment after the move. Obviously, nobody feel obligated to donate at all. This is just if you want / are able to. He's dead. Okay. Now, if your top dress sphere loses all of its HP, you lose that dress sphere. And so this is something that you never, ever want to happen. Hello, Vodka. Happy May 4th. I did consider streaming Jedi Fallen Order, but I don't know if that's really a fun stream game. So I'm just doing the game that I was going to do before I got sick, which is this. The intent was to give people the opportunity to help myself and my partner with our recent move. I am feeling much better. I know it might be a little bit echoey in here because we're still new to the space and we don't have everything up on the wall yet, / it's a much bigger space. But I do plan to eventually have those cool foam panels back here that'll absorb a lot of the sound. It did go well. I was sick during it, so my partner is wonderful because she did most of it. I'm feeling much better. And I wanted to start streaming again. I did miss streaming, I really did. And I will be getting back to the Masters mod at some point in time. Not quite now, but at some point. Because I do eventually want to see more in anima. But I'm gonna have to do some practicing off screen because I have not touched that since the last time I streamed, and that's been over a month now. There we go, that's what I wanted. Okay. Now we can leave. Although first, let's use our basic healing. And yes, it is going to be this song most of the time. It's really great. Check. Elevator. Use elevator. Now we're going up to floor 2. And I love the loading screen that shows you where you are in the tower, and then the line at the top is where you want to go. So there are 80 floors to this tower. Every 20, there's a boss. Dress Fusion Secrets. Now this is an amazing item. Dress Fusion Secrets allow you to fuse dress spheres of the same type to make them stronger. That is the primary mode of growth in this game. You'll notice also that these hallways, the enemies can't go past them, but neither can you if an enemy is standing there. So that's kind of this game's way of separating the rooms. So if I find another thief, for example, I can fuse it to this thief and make the thief dress sphere stronger. Give it better stats. Let's see what else is on this floor. That's a dress sphere, but which one? Warrior. Okay, that's probably good for now. Warrior's not really great in the long run in this game, but for where we are right now, let's put it on. Now I've got Warrior on top, and so now we're going to do a sphere change.
Cut all the things.
Great job, Riku. Basic healing again. Great. My buttons are backwards, so I will be doing that a lot. There we go. Now you see how my HP bar is getting longer, and it's because I'm wearing more dress spheres. You can wear up to 5 total at the same time. My MP is only going to increase when Riku's level does. As soon as I get a songstress dress sphere, I'll be able to change to Yuna. So, I'm going to be on the lookout for one of those. Perfect. One hit kill. That's what you want. Yep. Let's see what this is. I don't need that. Down. I don't really need that either. Sometimes you're gonna find very useless items. This one just silences all enemies in the room, which I don't really need. I can attack things in this dress sphere up to 1 square away from me. Let's see what's over here in the corner. Sometimes there are just level up potions, which is fantastic. You just drink the potion and gain a level, which is my favorite. I also really want to find a trainer dress sphere. The trainer dress sphere is surprisingly goated, especially when you're doing it with Yuna. We're just gonna use this because we have another now. Okay. So every action I take, whether that's moving, whether that's attacking, whether that's picking up an item, consumes my turn, and then time will pass in the room. So for example, that was my turn. And then you saw all the other red squares moved too, because the enemies also get to take their turn. This game looks complicated at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not so bad. Kinda like 10 too. Oop, damn. But once I get the gun mage, I'll be able to snipe things from much farther away. And I'm gonna get a lot more powerful. But the thing about this game that I thought would be fun to stream, at least for this purpose, is that every run is completely different, because it depends on what the tower decides to give you. And so, you can also run out the clock and steal some really good items, which I will, in fact, be doing. And what do I mean by run out the clock? Well, you will see. Every room has a timer of how long you can be in it before something is summoned that will kill you if you don't know what you're doing. So, fortunately for y'all, I do know what I'm doing. Again, if anybody wants to help us with our recent move, you can use the tip function if you like, but again, absolutely no pressure. We're just trying— oh! Yep, and now I can't move. I can't move anywhere. I am stuck here. I forgot that you do have to make yourself immune to traps, and I just do not have the Dress Sphere combination to do that yet. So I'm gonna have to be really careful on these first few floors. There we go. Gotta wait for him to move before I can move. There we go. Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I want to go up a level. There we go. All I gotta do is say it. All I gotta do is say it. Let's use one of my healings. There we go. Eventually, I want to get the White Mage Dress Sphere, which will just allow me to heal whenever I want to at the cost of a few MP. For now, they call these folios. They're going to be my main source of healing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start trying to run out the clock. And you'll see what I mean by that in a minute. Oops, I missed. Oops. New front Daga again. There we go. So now I'm just gonna kind of walk in circles and burn turns. Well, I might as well defeat the enemies while I'm at it, actually. Let's take a look. We'll have to pay very close attention to the bottom screen that's narrating what we're doing, because that's going to be important in a second. We are, in fact, still gaining XP, and we can see if we had any auto abilities on, we can see what they are, but we don't, unfortunately do not have the right Dress Sphere combination for any cool auto abilities just yet. I will explain those to y'all when they become more relevant. Nice. It's a very interesting little game. Like 10-2, I think it's overrated. I'm not going to defend it as ardently as I do tend to, but I think it's fun. It's a change of pace, and I don't know that Final Fantasy's ever had a game that plays quite like this. Running out the clock takes a long time, but it is worth it. It's a high risk, high reward situation. Y'all will see what I mean in a second. So I'm just defeating enemies, getting stronger. You'll want to be roughly the same level as the floor you are on, but obviously being higher doesn't hurt. Should have my guide open is what I should do, because I had a guide that I played this with last time and it was very nice. There's another level. Now that HP gone up by 12 only means my base HP, so that's the orange one. If I lose all of my Dress Spheres, that's the amount of HP that I have. MP, however, is not influenced by your Dress Sphere and carries across all of them. And so the only way to level up your MP is to level up your character. So the way that it kind of works is that your character has stats. So if Riku was wearing no dress spheres, this would be what her stats were. And then those get added underneath the stats of each dress sphere, and these can get higher by leveling up the dress spheres themselves. Now you'll notice that they only level up a couple of particular stats. They don't typically level up all of them. Physical attack is king in this game, as is magic, and so we're going to want to level those up. But I can't right now because the game has not given me more dress spheres to do that with. But it will. And eventually we'll start making our way up. Eerie laughter rings out from afar. That's what I was waiting for. Okay, so now I gotta make sure that I still have a beef on. I'm pretty sure I do. Pretty sure I do. Okay. So, now we gotta be careful. Because the eerie laughter is coming closer. That's right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start skipping my turns. Which I do with the... I guess it's gonna be the X button in this version. Did that do it? Nope. Okay, that just pauses, which is weird. No. Square? Nope. Like I said, all of my buttons are messed up. No, not that. Nope. 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 That just does that. I want my HUD back. How do I get my HUD back? I'll figure it out. I'm just gonna start pushing buttons. I really need my HUD for what I'm trying to do, though, is the problem. Okay, if I do that if I do big boy middle button by itself, it just pauses the game. There we go. Okay, I got it back. That does not skip turns, but that does do supercharge. Okay. I didn't know you could do supercharge in this game. There we go. Turbo? Well, I keep accidentally activating turbo when I do this, but that does also skip turns, which is what I'm wanting to do. So, you'll notice how everything else is moving except for me. But because I'm playing the Steam version, this is also apparently going to keep activating turbo mode, which is very funny. I'm trying to make it to where I do nothing, but time is still passing in here. There we go. An intense aura can be felt from somewhere on this floor. So, there we go. There he is. Okay. So, I want to steal from him. So the way that I do that is I highlight him, I go to abilities, and I go steal item. Bedtime novel, not a great one. Now, he is automatically going to turn you into a LeBlanc goon when this happens. And so, what you need to do, which is why you want to be on the elevator when this happens, is that you want to check the elevator and immediately leave. Because otherwise, if he hits you again after that initial first time, you get kicked down to the bottom of the tower. And so you don't want that to happen, so it's a very high-risk, high-reward situation. Unfortunately, he gave us something completely useless. But sometimes he can give you, like, level 4 dress spheres, that you can then use to make your dress spheres stronger. So, this time wasn't particularly useful. Doesn't mean that none of the times will be. Just put that down, because we don't need it, and we keep going. Bedtime novel just makes all the enemies in the room go to sleep. And then the 5 next to it is how many uses of that I would get from that book. But I don't want it, because inventory space is very limited in this game anyway, and I want to save it for good stuff. Like basic healing, for example. This is also a dress sphere. Let's see what it is. I hope it's Gun Mage. Damn, it's another warrior. Now I could fuse it with this one, and I think I will, so I can show y'all how dress sphere fusing works. Unfortunately, you can't fuse an active dress sphere for, like, literally no reason, so you have to remove it if you want to fuse it with anything, which is gonna make me do a sphere change.
Time for the magic show!
And so now, we are going to use that item we got a little while ago, Dress Fusion Secrets, and we're going to fuse our 2 level 1 warriors together to create a level 2 warrior that is now stronger. So, let's put that back on. I'm gonna put it back up top also. There we go. Yes.
Cut all the things!
So now I have more HP, as y'all can tell, and I'm going to be a little bit stronger. Jesus Christ. I'm not immune to traps yet. Okay, so... I just scattered some of my items and I have to go get them back. Right. Forgot about that. So... I'm gonna do this so that I can just kill him. Go. Now I gotta get some of the items back that I got scared and dropped. Go. Alright, let's go up. Let's see what's up there. I have not gotten very lucky my first couple of floors. You just have to hit these 9 times, which is so annoying. Sometimes there's something under them. Not this time, though. Boop. Got some gil. Defeated the enemy. Got him. Ah! I missed. There we go. Let's see what this item is down here. Ooh, I don't want that. That is just an item that causes the poison status. Why would I want that? Theoretically, it's so you could throw it at an enemy and make them poisoned, but it doesn't really do you a whole lot of good. Okay, must be the other way then. God. Thank you all for joining me this fun Sunday morning. This is basically just a warm-up stream so I can get ready to stream again. I need to get new over-ear headphones. I have buds right now, but my over-ear headphones are already pretty bad, and then the move made them worse, so... that is one of the things I might purchase, if anyone feels like helping us out, but again, absolutely no pressure. There's so many rocks on this floor. As before, the girls are stat identical, but there are some advantages to using one over the other. Yuna has fire, which tends to be useful against more enemies in this game, whereas Riku has thunder, as you saw. Oh my god. And Yuna also has a very special ability in the trainer dress sphere that's going to help us a lot. Let's see what was in here. A wind droplet, which gives me haste. So I might actually save that for later. Most items in this game are useless. But the dressmaker, now here's a good one. So, the dressmaker allows me to just spontaneously produce a level 1 version of any dress sphere that I want. And so, open up my guide real quick on my phone. Shout out to, once I find it. I'll know it when I see it. Because there are some really cool auto abilities that I want, and... You know what? That's okay. You do not need it. This is just kind of a fun side story. Also, welcome in, Alpha. This is just kind of a fun side story, that takes place after 10-2. Is it this one? No, it's not that. I want the one for last mission. It's Orin. Shout out to Orin402, who made this guide. This is a fantastic guide. Oh, you're on chapter 5, so you're getting there. Let's see, auto abilities. I really want the one that makes it so that you never, ever, ever, ever get hit by traps. And I'm trying to remember what that ability is called. It's evade traps. So one of them that I'm going to need is songstress. Yeah, that is something that happens in chapter 5 for sure. So, I'm going to use this to produce a songstress dress sphere. Just out of thin air. And so now, songstress just appears, and I can wear it. Nice. You know what I can also do with the songstress dress sphere? I can be not Riku. So... Also, Twitch is doing this thing where, like, every time somebody chats, it does this little chime in my ear. And that must be new. I don't know if I turned that off, though. Because I have the tab muted on my computer, so it's really weird that it keeps doing that. But, I can't figure it out. So, we'll get there when we get there. Let's see. So one of the abilities I have is to change out. I will in fact be Yuna.
It's your turn. Here we go.
Like being Yuna a lot better. That's probably good, Alpha, because getting 100%, you have to defeat it at not level 5 before chapter 5, or during chapter 5, you have to defeat it at not level 5, so if you do too many digs, you'll make it level 5. This game is very tedious, famously. So now I'm Yuna, which is great. And I'm trying to remember what other dress spheres that I need to get evade traps. I need Songstress, I need Thief, and then I need one more, I think. Songstress, Thief, and Psychic. That's what I need. So the next time I find one, I will make Psychic. Changing characters is granted a perk. That does happen sometimes. I'm trying to see how I look up what the perk is. Everything's all messed up. Oh, maybe it just made that ether appear. Cool. I do need that. God, I hate my backwards buttons. Oh, Seer Break? See, I love Seer Break, but I completely understand that. Yeah, that is the easiest way people lose out on 100% for sure, is not doing the comp sphere stuff in Chapter 4. It is extremely tedious, and I'm saying this as somebody who loves the game. If you're ever interested at any point, I actually do have a 100% guide, just like on a Google Doc, that's like a checklist. You can do it on a follow-up playthrough as well, so just let me know if you want that and I can send it to you. Because when I was raising money for my bike race, which I'll have to do later this summer, stay tuned, I might return to my 10-2 playthrough 100%. I wanted to do a 100% playthrough on stream, and the only way that I was going to be able to do that was to have some kind of checklist to remember what it was that I had done. It is possible to do in one go, but you have to play the game very specifically, and you also have to give the sphere to the Youth League at the beginning of Chapter 2. If you didn't, there's no way you can get 100%. A lot of people like to complain about this thing that is optional, but I think it's fun, and I think it's indicative of how satisfied Yuna is with her journey, and I think it's a cool mechanic. But there are a lot of people who vocally disagree with me on that one. But you know what? That's okay. I'm used to having opinions that a lot of people don't agree with. Oh, here we go! Alright, we're gonna make Psychic, and then we're gonna have the ability to avoid traps, basically forever. So... we're gonna produce a Psychic. There we go. Ooh, Ragnarok's a great accessory. We're then going to put it on as our 5th dress sphere. And see, look, how it says evade traps. And so, we gain AP every time we defeat enemies. And so once we gain 75 AP with this combination of dress spheres on, it's going to produce an item that has the same effect. And so you're allowed to equip 2 items. And so once we equip that item, literally does not matter what dress spheres we have on, traps will never, ever, ever hurt us. And so that is the... then some traps will just send you down to the previous floor. Like, traps are extremely annoying. And so we did good by finding that, essentially. And notice how my health bar is now complete. So I have 5 dress spheres, and so if I take 62 damage, I lose my warrior dress sphere, which I do not want to happen. And then I would go down to the next one. But I keep the stats of all of the dress spheres, except the one up top gives you slightly more of a stat boost, so there are advantages to having certain ones on top. But I'm getting a lot stronger now, as y'all can see. That's a mascot, which, you know, despite being the best dress sphere in OG 10-2, is completely useless in last mission. Funny how that works. See, now we have Firaga because we're Yuna. So, let's do that. There we go. There we are. Don't need that. Tidying up just sends an item to the vault, but the only way you can access the vault is to voluntarily or otherwise be sent to the bottom of the tower. And we don't need that. Oh, I also noticed when I leveled up, I think it fully restored the HP of all of my dress spheres, which is cool, and I didn't actually know that. So, eventually we're gonna get hit so infrequently that it's not even gonna matter. There we go. Now, this floor is pretty small. We're gonna try running out the clock again. See, that trap just will never go off no matter how many times I step over it, which is amazing. It's kind of random whether or not it goes off anyway, which is why it's extremely annoying and why I'm glad the game gives you a way to evade them, and I will be equipping this basically until the end of the game. We are absolutely not going to finish this game today. I'll probably stream for another hour, maybe hour and a half at max. I'm pretty hungry, but I'm gonna get some lunch. I figured my partner is at work now, and I wanted to do a bit of a test stream to get back into the swing of it. So here we are. Oh right, this was mascot, we saw this earlier. We do not need that. And this is all the inventory space I will ever get. There is nothing in the game that expands it. So you need to be extremely careful with your inventory. Everything takes up inventory space, including your dress spheres. So you really have to be careful with inventory management in this game. This song is catchy, but you do get sick of it after a while. Is there any other auto ability that I'll need? I'll need a samurai eventually. I'll want a gunner and a gun mage eventually. I'll want a dark knight eventually. I'll definitely want a white mage eventually. So yeah, I know what dress spheres are very good in this game. Problem is that I can know that all day. But it depends on what the game gives me. And so it's kind of why this game's also fun and why I thought it would be fun to stream, is because this playthrough would be inherently different than the one that I last did. So we're going to pay attention to that bottom screen again, and once it says that a ferocious presence is approaching, or something like that, eerie laughter can be heard on this floor, we will begin our evasive actions. Did I miss? Oh well. There we go. Every 10 floors, we will get a cutscene where the girls will talk to each other. Let's see, what have I done since I've been gone? We moved, obviously. As you can tell, I'm kind of in the void right now because I haven't decorated the space behind this yet. I will, though. It'll eventually be very pretty, I promise. And I went on a work trip, actually. I got sent to another university where I met a lot of other people who do my job. So, for those of you who don't know, by day, I'm an academic advisor. And that is my full-time job. And so I got to go to an advising conference, which was tons of fun. And I have a lot of ideas for stuff we can implement in our home unit. Right now, the world of higher education is a bit rough. For those that are unaware, we are getting a lot of budget cuts from the federal government. That impacts our ability to hire and provide services, and etc., etc. But I will tell you all, the people who work in this field, like me, we are all dedicated to making sure that everybody has all the resources and opportunities that they need to be successful in higher education. And I am committed to not letting the budget cuts stop that too much. But it can be stressful for sure when we're not able to do as many things or spend as much money, because we just don't have it. And I imagine that my experience at my university is fairly universal at this point in time. But the theme of the conference was mostly about how keynote speaker wrote this book called Critical Hope, and how it's so important to have hope, especially as a student affairs practitioner. My field is broadly called student affairs. But how that hope also at the same time cannot be naive. So think like live, laugh, love. Think like, oh, it'll all work out in the end. Like, we can't do that because we can't afford to be naive. We can't afford to be passive. But we have to have hope in the future. And that can be hard sometimes. But I really do try. And I think going to the conference was very helpful in terms of my professional development. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. My work had never paid for me to go anywhere before. Thankfully, we got that in before our budget cuts. And at that point, I was like, you already said you'd pay for it! But it was lots of fun. I learned a lot. I would love to go back next year. It'd be held at a different university next year. One that's closer to home. But I went to NorCal for this one. So I did indeed fly out a plane, which I was also nervous about. I've flown many, many, many times before, but with the everything going on, I was a little nervous about flying, I'm not gonna lie. Eerie laughter, okay. But it ended up being alright. I've read lots of great books recently. I recently finished Silent Parade, which is the 4th in a series called Detective Galileo, which are some of my favorite books. First one is The Devotion of Suspect X, and if any of y'all can get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. Changed my life as a person. I'm not even exaggerating. I continue to think about this book. of course. Okay. Now, I'm gonna pass my turn, which, as we learned last time, also activates turbo mode because we're on Steam. And turbo mode does get rid of sound effects, as we've been learning on the Masters mod. The music still plays, but it gets rid of all other sound effects. An intense aura, okay. So now we are going to be calm, and we're going to keep passing our turns until the man himself spawns in here, and then I'm going to steal from him. Make sure I have my thief on. Yeah, I do. Because I have done that before. If you pass your turns too quickly, sometimes he takes a minute to materialize, and if you pass your turns too quickly, you're fucked. Here we go. Where is he? Sometimes it'll say an intense aura can be felt on this floor, and he'll spawn in immediately, like right next to you, and then sometimes it takes like 30 turns. By the way, the doctors never figured out what I had. I had a fever for like a week, and they determined it was probably a crazy virus that I caught on campus, which is true, but it was frustrating that I basically just had to wait it out. And it also meant that I couldn't go to the gym for a long time, and those of you who know me know how much I love my gym. Okay, now he's in here. I'm going to wait until he's right next to us. Okay. And now we're gonna steal from him and see what he's got. Ooh! Pretty good item to have at this point in time, actually.
I guess anything goes in the goings.
But yes, it's gonna turn me into a goon, and so I need to immediately leave, just like before. But... yes, I know, haha, goon. Valkyrie Nails, not a bad item to have at this point in time. More chance of critical hits. So I'm gonna equip that. Let's see what this is. An ether, okay. Something, yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised that that didn't get flagged by Automod Han. Those of y'all who don't know, Han has a history of triggering the Automod on this channel. And I do not have my trusty partner slash mod here with me today, so I'll have to manage that on my own. Ooh, look at that! That was a critical. No, I agree. I agree. Big ol' room with nothing in it. Let's see what this dress sphere is. Drum roll. Another songstress. Not bad. Fuse it with my existing one once I get a fusion manual. See what else is on this floor. A rock, I guess. Yep. So there are random conditions, and I do mean random conditions, that you have to fulfill every 5 floors to advance. This one was defeat 3 enemies and then hello, Dan Bop! Welcome in! I'm not dying anymore, and so I decided it was time to start streaming. So this is the stream I was going to do before I got sick. And so this is the surprise game, surprise stream. I am also, if anybody feels like helping us with our recent move, !tip will take you to my PayPal page. It does say Syll, it doesn't say my legal name, I did set that up. But, if anyone feels like donating, but absolutely no pressure, otherwise we are just here vibing. Shop guide! Okay, we don't really have enough gil to use that right now. But what the shop guide does is it either takes us directly to the shop, Yeah, it does. Perfect. Yes, I did change the colors of the overlay for this. You know, it's been pretty good. We love this new place. Those of y'all have probably noticed my audio is a little bit echoey-er, more echoey than it was in the old place, and that's just because this room is huge, and we don't fully have all of our things on the wall just yet. But I do plan on putting some of those, like, foam panels behind me in this new space, because this room is just so much bigger than the old place, that I think that that's what's gonna help me. Wrecked. I did also do this because a lot of the cutscenes in this game take place during sunset, and so I thought it would be like a really cool way to do that. I thought about putting the flag behind me again, and I still might, but we don't have the command strips for it right now. Command strips are really expensive for no reason. But the shop guide will allow us to go to the shop basically whenever we want to, and I'm gonna wait until we have more gil to do that, but that's a really good item to have. So, let's defeat the enemies in this room. Okay. There we go. I would love to have a Dark Knight, because the Dark Knight has a huge defense stat. But I do need to keep the Psychic on until we get the Evade Traps accessory to be produced. There we go. See, Megaphone has been created. Now, I can sell this at the shop, and I will. But this was created because we had Silence Proof on as one of our active abilities, and no, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna mess up a lot. My messed up buttons. So here are the audio abilities that we have, and this is a result of the combination of dress spheres that we have equipped. And so sometimes it's 2, but most of the time it's 3 dress spheres will act together to give us these. Oh, I have defeat to heal HP on, that's why. And so every time I defeat an enemy, I gain HP. What I want is for that evade traps to hit 75, because once it does, I'll have an accessory. That means I don't have to wear the psychic dress sphere anymore, because I'll have an accessory that gives me the ability that I have now, which is to never be hit by traps. Yeah, defeat to heal HP, there we go. I know there's a combination in here that allows you to, like, walk to heal HP, which is even better. But I don't remember offhand which dress spheres give you that. But again, there's no more dress spheres on this floor right now. So we're just defeating enemies until we level up, and then we will go up in the elevator. There will be a cutscene on floor 10, so in the meantime, we are just chilling here. Come on. There we go. Yeah. There we are. Okay. Windy pedicure. Interesting. That's probably my immobile proof. I also want a white mage at some point so that I can just put it on and heal whenever I want to, and I don't have to worry about consuming my healing folios, although I do have quite a lot, so... Basically, we never want to kill one of our dress spheres. Ever. Especially once we've started leveling it up, because then it's just gone. And if that does happen to me, I will in fact be resetting. Firaga, bitch. There you go. Let's see. Do I want to steal from him again? Maybe. watch HUD very closely, so that we know when he's approaching. Oh no, wait, you know what? I think he never spawns on the multiples of 5, so we'll just kill these enemies and leave. I just remembered that, actually. Yeah. There is something I can do that makes me fireproof, but I don't have that combination right now. I need Gunner for that. There we go. And now we'll just leave. Easy enough. We're at level 7, so we're a little bit ahead of where we want to be, actually. I want a trainer, I want a white mage, and I want a dark knight. We'll get there. Eerie Laughter. Oh, he does spawn. Eerie Laughter rings out from afar. Maybe it's every 10th floor that he never spawns. I need my remaining 3 MP to actually steal from him, so I will not be using Firaga anymore. Fuck, I missed. There we go. Ah! There we go. Eerie Laughter's coming closer. Just 3, and I need to steal. I didn't mean to do that! My buttons are all messed up. Well, I need the MP. There we go. My buttons are all the Japanese buttons. They're all messed up. Okay. Now we gotta be careful. We're gonna keep activating turbo mode like we did before. This does not happen on the PS5. It just skips your turn. So when we see a red square in this room, we know that he's here. So the blue dot on the map is me. Come here, old man. You already said you were here. Oh my gosh, thank you whoever donated. I could have sworn that I had alerts set up. I'm so sorry that I don't, but thank you so much whoever donated. It's so nice of you. You know what, I might not have had alerts set up because I was afraid that it would reveal like people's real names, like who donated. So I didn't want to do that. Thank you so much, Dan Bob. I think that's why I didn't have alerts set up, actually, is I was worried that it would dox people, because it is, in fact, PayPal. And since I'm not... Oh, shit. I did not even see him. That is my bad.
I guess anything goes in the Go-Wings.
So I missed my opportunity to steal from him. Oops. Because I was just so grateful. We're gonna save and use, actually. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Okay. That's not what it looks like on the PS5 at all. Okay. Another elixir to replace the one we used. Great. What's over here? A book? Is it a fusion guide? It's not, it's a save memo. That's also very useful. So save, you can manually save every 5 floors like we just did, but if you want to save on each floor, you need to use the save memo when you use the elevator. So those can be useful sometimes. You'll always want a couple of them on hand, I think. Looks like there's lots of items in here, so let's see if there's anything useful. Maybe a dress sphere, maybe a level up potion. Nope. Okay, I'm starting to run out of storage space. Hello, Tristan! Welcome in! I am making my grand return to streaming by doing the stream that I wanted to do before I got sick. So, this is, in fact, the stream that I wanted to do. Don't worry about the donation goal, that's just there so I can see that people donated. Absolutely not at all my goal amount, but my partner and I did just move, and we are looking at things to continue to outfit this place. Notably, we have a patio, and we've never lived in a place with a patio before, so we want new furniture for that, and we also have room for a bigger kitchen table, so we want to do that. Like, there's a whole list of things that we want. And so it'll just help us get those things a little bit quicker. But absolutely no obligation, I'm literally just here to hang out with y'all. That's right. So, this is tricky, because having the white mage is going to be very helpful in the long run. But in the short run, having Trainer or Dark Knight is going to be huge. I'm actually going to go with Trainer, I think. Yeah. Trainer has a very special ability. Especially when Yuna has it, which is why I wanted to be Yuna. So, we're gonna trade this out. I still have... No, I need Warrior for evade traps, I'll be damned. Okay, so I'm not gonna trade it out for Warrior just yet. I'm just gonna hang on to it. So, yeah, we're done. I do need Warrior for detect all traps. Or sorry, I need Warrior for evade traps. I believe. Let me check that again. Oh no, I don't need it for evade traps. Never mind. I'm putting Trainer on. Wait. So Trainer
Good boy.
is a very useful front-facing dress sphere for two reasons. One, the stat boosts it gives you are great when you level it up, and so once we start leveling it up, we're going to see the payoff for that. I also have the Detect All Traps ability on right now, which is redundant because I have Evade Traps on, but it just lets me see all the yellow X's in advance, which is cool. The other ability that it has is this. And I can just find random items with him. So Trainer's kind of useless in base 10 too, but it is the GOAT in this game. Oh, I do want that. I got so lucky. Okay, gamers. So copy techniques allows me to copy any item in the game and get another copy, or any item that I have, and get another copy of it. This is huge, because this also applies to dress spheres. So if I get like one of my dress spheres really high level and then I use copy techniques, it'll produce, like for example, let's say I have Trainer level 10 and then I use copy techniques on Trainer level 10, it will give me another Trainer level 10, which I can then immediately fuse for Trainer level 20. So that's huge for me to get this early in the game. I'm gonna have to hang on to it for a while, and it's gonna have to take up a spot in my inventory. But I'm extremely excited, because when I was playing this on the PS5, I did not get him to dig up one of these until, like, floor 60. So he can also dig up other things that are extremely helpful. He can also dig up, like, level up potions and things like that. But this is big. Sorry, I'm still trying to navigate my mixed up buttons. I have no idea how to fix it. I want to... This is what I want to do. Let's see what this item is down here. Dark oil, I don't need that. See, I have to be very careful with my inventory. Don't need that either. So you're gonna see me doing this a lot, where I just pick up items and then immediately put them down. That is kind of the name of the game. Nope. Less than useless. Nice. Ain't no way! Good boy! Oh my god! I've got 2 of them now. This is huge. Ain't no way! Good boy! Can we go for 3? Might not be that, but... No, I do not need that. We already got extremely lucky, though, so I'm not even gonna complain. He'll probably only dig up like 3 or 4 items per floor, and it's worth exploring. It's definitely worth doing, as you can tell, because we just got some pretty good items from that. I have Thief on still? I sure do. Okay. This is getting close to what my typical roster is. My typical roster doesn't have Psychic in it, because really it's only useful for getting the Evade Traps item and then ditching it. But... that was a pretty productive floor. Sometimes the Founder has, level 4 Dress Spheres. So I want to steal from him again. I want to actually pay attention so that I can steal from him again. We did miss our opportunity last time. Hello, Allie! Welcome in! We are playing Final Fantasy X-2 Last Mission, which is the game, surprise game that I wanted to play before I got sick. Yeah. Yeah. Eventually I can make myself fireproof, but not right now. Right now I'm gonna heal. Yep. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't. Try it again, maybe? Otherwise I can go to Streamlabs and see what's going on. It should be a private message, but it doesn't always work, even when I was testing it earlier. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna leave y'all with this jazzy music while I try to figure this out. Otherwise, I can also just pin the link if it stops working. Let's see. Because I can at least go into Streamlabs and see what the message is supposed to say, and then I can just pin the link. Why don't I just do that, actually, since it seems to not be working? I'm just gonna copy the And then I'm just gonna pin the link. Thank you for your patience, everybody. I'm gonna unpin the old message. Just gonna pin that. There we go. So sorry about the technical difficulties, everybody, but that link should work. I don't know why it wouldn't. And if that doesn't work, I got nothing. Okay, we are here. This will be used on new stuff for our house, so I really appreciate any help that anybody can provide. I am so happy to be streaming again. I do want to do the Masters mod again at some point, because I know our friend Nick also needs help for his fundraiser. But I'm going to need to practice, because I haven't even touched the Masters mod since the last time I streamed. And I'm going to need to practice Seymour again in order to not just get immediately killed. Good boy. Good boy. Just one-hit killing all these fools. There we are. Alright. No, not that. Oh, we're so close to getting evade traps, gamers. We're so close. Getting evade traps for good. That physical attack on at +1 now applies to all of my dress spheres, so that's just the base stats that are underneath all the dress spheres that I'm wearing. And so if you're smart, and I am, you can get powerful very, very quickly in this game. Han, thank you so much! That is a very generous donation. Thank you so much, we really, really appreciate that. Here I am, just playing a silly little game. It is silly. This is easily the silliest of the trilogy, if you want to consider it that. I do think this was originally released. Oh my god, hold on. Hold on, I might be dying. The virus didn't get me. It's gonna be this game that gets me. Okay. No, we want to use our healing. I know I'm just gonna get hit on the next turn, but I'd rather not die, so... Yep. Do that. Yep. There we go. And there we go. Nice. I really do think it's just 1 AP per monster, which is really annoying. It's so close. Nice. Yep. We're getting so close, gamers. Cannot go in there until he moves. He's being a real dick. There we go. Stealth cape has been created. Hell to the yeah. That is what we wanted. Okay. So, now, I don't have to wear Psychic anymore, which is great because I don't want to. At least I don't think there's any useful abilities it contributes to. I'm gonna double check, but I don't think so. I don't think there's anything else we need it for. Yeah, no, there's no other useful auto abilities that we need Psychic for. So, I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to replace it with Warrior for the time being. So his name is Kogoro, and whenever you're in the trainer dress sphere, each of the girls has an animal that will accompany them. And so Yuna's is this dog. And the reason that he is super helpful, is because he can dig up items if we ask him to. And we did do that and got some pretty good items. It does look a lot, I think it uses the same model. It does look a lot like Nojibo's dog. We got the eerie laughter again, so I'm gonna pay attention this time. In fact, while we're waiting for the eerie laughter, I'm gonna have him dig. Gotta dig a little deeper, find out who you are. Oh. Or find nothing. It really ain't that hard. There we go. Whoa. Oh, I mega pogged at that one, gamers. That one's huge, actually. Good boy. Yeah. So when we go to the next floor, gamers, I'm gonna go to the dress shop. Well, I don't really have enough money to do that, but I do have some things to sell, including this. So maybe I do, actually. Oh, but I don't have any room if I steal anything from him. Well, I'm gonna use this and then make room. We need to heal anyway. Now we're gonna keep doing our accidental activating turbo mode and also make sure that we still have steel. Yes, we do. Okay. I am literally just pushing the big boy middle button and X, but on Steam that's also the code, apparently. It should be the trigger buttons, but on Steam that is apparently the code to set up the cheats. So... we just kind of keep accidentally activating turbo mode when we're passing our turns. Okay, here he comes. I see him. Oh, that's not him. That was just a regular enemy. Nope, I can't do that because I need the MP. And he's gonna hit me every turn until I do something about it. Good. Okay, I think that's Trema in the corner. I think. Nope, there he is. He just appeared. Paying close attention. Uh-huh. One more, bitch. I'm gonna steal from him. These gloves, they sell for a lot of money. Okay. Check. Elevator. Use. Boom. Oh, lucky me, I get to go to the shop for free. Okay, so randomly it will happen that sometimes between floors, you'll go to the shop. So I'm gonna sell some of my stuff. What did Ace Gloves even do? Because they sell for a lot of money. Let me look really quick and see what they do, and if I want them. Ace Gloves. This is not listed alphabetically for some reason. Let's see. Ace Gloves doubles the damage from thrown objects. What a waste of space. I agree. So let's sell that. Okay. So we just made so much money from what we're selling. Frankly, we can also sell Psychic. We do not need it. Okay. So now we need to get out of the sell menu. We need to get into the buy menu. I want this. And I want this. These are what lets us fuse dress spheres of the same type together. And they can be hard to come by. Then I get to go to the shop for free. But I did save some of my money for the dress shop, which hopefully has some of the dress spheres that I want. So, I am now going to use our dress shop guide, and it's going to teleport me to a different shop. I'm going to go to a shop that only sells dress spheres. Now, which dress spheres it sells are random, so... Thief 2, Trainer 2. Trainer 2's looking good, actually. I think I'll be getting that. Thief 2 is not the worst thing to have, though, and it will up my stats, so I'll do that also. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have anything else that we really want or need. And I could just use the dress shop guide again. I think I will, actually. See, you know what's interesting about my streams is that I'm often just, like, verbally saying my thought process to y'all. Because I notice I do this a lot in the Master's mod, also. We're gonna do this again, actually. And we're gonna see if, like, a Dark Knight is there, or a White Mage is there, or a Gun Mage is there. I will buy any of those. Well, we get another trainer. Okay. So now, you're gonna have to watch me fuse dress spheres for several turns. But it's going to make us a lot stronger. I really want the Gun Mage, and the reason that I want it is because, I know, here's the thing, I love Festivalist in 10-2. Festivalist is dog shit in Last Mission. So I will not be equipping that, unfortunately. I know, it's extremely unfortunate. Mascot is also dog shit in Last Mission, unfortunately. So we want to take this off, and we want to take this off so that we can level him up. Okay, complete. It's gonna take us to whatever the next one is. That's fine. And then we're going to use this, and we're going to make our trainer stronger. Oh, did I hit the same trainer twice? Oops. Trainer 1. Makes a trainer 3. And then we're gonna do that again. Trainer 3 with the trainer 1 to make a trainer 4. And yes, these can get up to 99. It's insane, actually. That's why we're saving our copy techniques. And we're gonna do that one more time and make our thief a little bit stronger. So the dress fusion guides themselves get harder and harder to come by later in the game. There are a few floors where we are going to be able to steal them basically with impunity. If I have the fireproof ability. And I believe I need a gunner to do that. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Gunner contributes to fireproof, yeah. So I will need a gunner at some point. So the next time that I get the dressmaker, I'm gonna make a gunner. But for now, I'm gonna put back on those dressers that I just leveled up. There we go. Now I'm gonna be a lot stronger.
Good boy, good boy.
See, we've got a lot more HP up front, which is great. We're starting to get our feet under us. I've got my circle and my X mixed up. Okay, what are you? Basic healing, great. We still need that. Basic healing again. So we don't want to take up 2 spots for that, so we're gonna put it down. That one. No. Put it down. There we go. And while we're here, we're gonna have our good boy do some digging for us. Also, once I have Gunner, MP... Once I have the right combination with Gunner, MP is basically no longer a problem. I believe this D-levels you. No, take action. It puts slow on you. I don't want that. Dig me up something better, buddy. Okay, it's a book. Hell yeah. Perfect, I'm gonna hang on to that for now. Doing more damage now. Good to know. Probably sell that. What does that do? Restores HP when you defeat an enemy, yeah. So the items are made out of the auto abilities that we have equipped, which is cool. But also, you just get the auto abilities from equipping certain dress spheres, because you can only equip 2 accessories just like in 10-2. So it's a real balancing act. But I'm great at balance. Just ask my weightlifting teacher. He makes us do a lot of jump drills, and it really does help your balance. Although I lost a lot of my balance from being sick, so I'm working on it. But... Shout out to my partner. Many of y'all know her. You love her. I do too. She really took care of me when I was sick and when we were moving while I was sick. I could not have done it without her. Her birthday was also very shortly after we moved, so it was like a whole whirlwind of events. And I couldn't have done it on my own. I'm not even gonna pretend that I could have. Let's get some experience. carry only as many of these as I can for now. They're good for selling, but they also take up spots in my inventory while I have them, so... And I remembered that this was basic healing, which is why I came back here, so that I could use it. You can actually do this. You can drop something on the ground, but then you can read it while it is on the ground. There we are. This is a really small floor, I'm just noticing. Yep. I think I'm just gonna go this time. Alright. This is such a small floor, I was getting claustrophobic. Oh, lucky me! Let's sell stuff. For as good of an item as Copy Techniques is, you're insulting it by selling it for that little. Why, hello, hello, Fruitoon. Welcome in. Do I get another one of these? Probably, yeah, because... yeah. There we go. Alright. Floor 8. Actually, I'm not going to drop it in the main pathway. I'm going to go over here. This song's not bad, but it does not change at all in the game. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, Kogoro. In the base game, you can actually rename him. Good. Ah, I missed. Was aiming the wrong square. Oops. Uh-huh. I got something for you, buddy. There we go. Okay. Yeah. It's a good thing I have more HP now, I suppose, but... There we go. Don't need that. I do need some healing. There we go. Get him. There we go. I feel like that other way is a dead end, and the reason I feel that way is because there are no traps that way. There are dead ends in this game sometimes. Oh. That's not a perk. person. There we go. Thank you, Fruitoon. Alright, let's go the other way. See what's over there. Oh, before we do that, hey buddy, you wanna dig up something for me? No, he didn't feel like it. Okay. Don't seem to be any items at all in this room, just enemies. L. Well, seems to be all there is here. That attack has absurd range. Alright. Getting close to floor 10, and we're gonna see our first cutscene. That wasn't the intro cutscene. These fuckers. Nice. Not bad. Ooh, I'm thunderproof. Nice. And another shop guide. So since I have one, I don't actually need that. I'll put it down. Although, hey buddy. What you got for us? Okay, maybe I wasn't nice enough the first time. You wanna find something for me? Yeah? Okay, well. Gil? Doesn't even do anything to me, bitch. Enemies are getting stronger. No longer able to one-hit kill them. Not all of them, anyway. Ooh, nice. Okay. I have a decision to make here. Gunner gives me lots of useful auto abilities. But White Mage is gonna let me heal whenever I want to. And I think the auto abilities are gonna be more useful. So do I want Gunner, or do I want... Berserker does give me Ice Proof, which is important. Tricky. I think Gunner gives me more useful abilities, so I'm going to check that. And we will put Gunner on in place of Warrior. Right now I just have him for the stat boost, but we don't really need Warrior at all anymore. So, the Lightning Proof is useful, and then it also contributes to fireproof, and I'm trying to remember what else I need for that. Good thing I have a handy dandy little guide here. I'm pretty sure it's Samurai. Samurai's doom-proof. White Mage, of course, is the other one I need for fireproof. Okay. So for now, I can probably equip Warrior. Yeah. But I will ultimately need the Gunner, so I'm glad that we have it. We'll ultimately need Gunner, we'll ultimately need Berserker, and we'll ultimately need Samurai. And Dark Knight. There's a lot that we'll need. But we're just playing with what the game is giving us. We don't need that. How dare you insult me with this? Let's get some more experience. How far do we have until... Yeah. Only a couple more enemies. Uh-huh. I did not mean to do that. Didn't do it, really. Well. This should. That doesn't do anything to me, bitch! Yep, there we go. I think we're just gonna go. That's not it. Okay. Now floor 10 is gonna have a series of unique conditions as well. Open it. Let's find out what those are, because fuck you if the game's gonna tell you. Kill 10 enemies that perform any action except moving. Okay, I can do that. Don't need you. Uh-huh. We're racking up some crazy gil. Don't need you. Let's keep going. Do I need you? You don't hurt. You don't hurt one bit. Don't need you. There's so many useless items in this game. It's really about learning what's valuable. Nice. I already performed any action except moving. So I should just need to kill 10 enemies and then we can get out of here. Okay. Only so many can be spawned on the floor at a time. This will get us XP anyway, which we want. Get more things to sell, I suppose. Depending on how much room we have in our inventory. Not much. We're starting to have a lot of duplicates of things. So I'm actually going to put this down. Okay. I mean, I think I defeated less than 10 enemies, but whatever. So, you know what I'm actually gonna do? Is... No, I'm gonna hang on to that, actually. I'm not gonna be greedy. Not. Good thing about every 10th floor is that the founder will never spawn, so you do not have to worry about him. You can just defeat as many enemies as you want to. A little hungry, so I'll probably go until around the top of the hour. It's been fun getting back into the swing of it. And getting hungry. Make some rice, maybe. That's a good lunch. Rice and our leftover veggies. You can't hurt me, ha 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 ha. Alright, gamers. Let's see what happens up here.
Out of shape?
A little. I haven't gotten much exercise lately.
I will be providing my commentary on these cutscenes, by the way.
What about you, Riku?
That is what y'all come here
Cake.
for.
You know why? Because I don't sit around all day doing nothing like you do.
Alright,
You've
Riku.
got me there.
You gotta tone it down.
So, what have you been looking for, Riku? Some machine sunk in the sea or something?
That's right.
Oh yeah, you've been helping Shinra, haven't you?
Well, you know how Shinra left the ship and is off researching something or other with Rin?
Sure.
Every now and then he asks me to check out this or that. He says he can't do it himself because he's just a kid. So I'm always looking for ruins on the bottom of the sea or off running all over on some mission or another. Oh yeah, and I did some work for Pops too, because he had another one of his crazy business ideas.
I'll say her voice performance is a lot better
Something
in here,
about striking it rich at the Gagazette hot
than it
springs
is in
and using
10-2.
the money to rebuild home.
but I like her
Brother
less.
wasn't too hot on the idea, so I stayed out of it. But I introduced Pops to a business partner.
No, well, it's even worse
If
than
I
that,
had to
Han.
guess,
Riku is
I'd
on a
say
10
Pops
and then is
probably
going to get mad at
ranked
everybody else for
Welcome to
not
Owaka's
being
right
a
about
10.
now.
For, like, no
That's
reason.
Pops for ya. And it looks like the LeBlanc Syndicate has got some ideas of their own, too. But those are Ronso lands, right? They weren't even going to consult with Kimari. Can you believe it? So I helped set up a meeting between them, you know? He said,
Kimari worry hunters defile sacred ground.
but LeBlanc just told him the Syndicate does whatever it wants. I mean, show some gratitude, will ya? And then there's Clasco. You know how kids are. He still bugs me to help him out all the time.
I feel like I'm tripping
Never
right now.
ends. I end up babysitting the kindergartens on whatever stupid little mission they're on. And the more I help, the more he ends up depending on me. Yeesh! Oh yeah, I heard from Tobly a while ago too. And check this out. He wants to hire me to get up on stage and sing. He said I've got to sound as good as you, Uni. So I've been taking voice lessons from Barkeep. My darling, I love you.
Wow, you certainly have been busy.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Wanna help? Rejected again. No matter how many times I ask, she always says no.
But if I were as busy as you, I'd go out of my mind.
That's because
You
they're
never
different
want to
people.
see me anymore, Uni.
You know that's not true. Did she really think I didn't want to see her?
This is gonna come back. And I'm gonna want to kick Riku off of this tower. Let's see what's in here. It just gives you random things until your inventory's full. Sure, I'll take it. And then you go back in the tower. And then you can save. I'll do a few more floors, maybe until I get to 15. Or 20 if we're really booking it. But this game is best played when you take your time. You really find all the resources that are available to you. Oh, right. Well, I don't need that anyway. Okay, a dress sphere. Perfect. This is what I wanted. I really think I need this anymore, so I'm gonna drop it. Let's see what this dress sphere is. You keep teasing me. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm gonna go to the shop. I'm gonna sell a lot of stuff that I have. And then it'll restart me on floor 11 when I'm done, but that'll be alright. Because it'll be a new floor 11 and it'll be different items that are in here. You can drop whatever items you want, it's just that those items are considered abandoned when you leave. I already have enough Dress Fusion secrets for now, I think. I really just wanted to sell this extra stuff. I think that's good for now. Now I have more room in my inventory. Yeah, Riku's about to be really mean to Yuna because she's gonna be like, you just sit around Besaid and don't do anything, and I'm like, did you forget that she saved Sphera from total annihilation twice? I think Yuna can do whatever she wants for the rest of her life, and I don't think she needs anybody's permission. I really don't. And if what she wants to do is you know, hang out on Besaid with all of her friends and family, I say she's more than earned that. But Riku is gonna be really aggro about this for no fucking reason, and the game is gonna act like they both have valid viewpoints, even though Yuna did literally nothing, and then Riku just starts antagonizing her. So that kind of annoys me, and doesn't really feel true to Riku's character, if I'm being honest, but that's what they decided to do. Nice. Get some gil. That's the corner here. Oh, this floor is teeny tiny. I'm gonna put it on turbo mode on purpose this time so that we can get some experience. Can't one-hit kill anything anymore. Which is kind of a problem. And I'm wondering if it is worth it, at least for the boost that I'm gonna get. I think it is, actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unequip Trainer for right now. Oh, thank you! I did do them last night. Oh, you did! I'm so excited to read it. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do copy techniques on Trainer 4. And it's gonna give me another Trainer 4. And then I'm gonna use one of my fusions to make it a Trainer 8. And that's gonna give me quite the stat boost. I'm saving the other use of copy techniques for much later, because obviously I'm gonna want to wait until my my dress spheres are much higher level, because, for example, if I doubled a dress sphere that was at level 50, and then fused those together, I'd have a level 99 dress sphere, and my stats would go up by a ton. So that's what I'm holding out for. For now, I need experience. That also increases my stats. See? Now my damage just went up by a lot when I did that. And I do now have room for that. Pick up, hang on to it to save it for later. Did get another level, which is good. So we'll defeat these guys. It's going pretty good, Vodka. The game hasn't given me everything that I want/need, but I'm doing my best with the resources I have. This guy can't even hurt me, so yeah. Hey, buddy. You want to dig up something for me? Hey, buddy. You want to dig something up for me? Hey, buddy. You want to dig something up for me? Okay. I will take that. Here we go. It just instantly makes me go up a level. These things are amazing. Kill a couple more, and then we'll leave. Alright, let's get out of here. Unless... Well... I might want to steal from the Founder. Still have my thief on? I do. Sometimes he digs up a level +3 potion, which is amazing. All right. Huh? Now I'm just gonna do this really quickly to run out the clock. Make him come to me. Yep. Nice. I have one more of these. I really need to get a white mage soon. Okay, eerie laughter. Coming closer. Intense aura. Come at me. What you got? Give me a white mage level 4. I am manifesting that right now. Give me a white mage level 4. I know you have them. And then all I need to do is equip the white mage whenever I want to heal. That's it. That's easy. Come here. There he is. Okay. Yep. Damn. Save Memo 5's not bad though. I'm gonna keep that.
It's not really my style at all.
Maybe I'll put it up 2. 4 is a little too chaotic. We're gonna drop this because we have a save move of 5 now. Nice. There we go. Easy peasy. Don't need that. I'm just gonna see what else is on this floor. Nice! Okay, y'all have been hearing me want one of these. Okay. What do we put it in place of is the question. Probably Dark Knight for now. I mean, we'll keep Dark Knight. Now this allows me to attack from a huge distance, which is really cool. Catches, right now it's at level 1. so I'm not gonna have very much HP, so I'm gonna need to be very careful. Nice. I have 4 of these, which is great. Nice. Okay, what are you? Don't need that. You. I do want that. Because now I can do this. Gunner with the other gunner. Now I have a gunner too. Nice. Okay. Ooh, do I have a favorite cocktail? So kind of. I really like fruity cocktails, so I don't really know them by names. I'm not a huge drinker, and the reason for that is I'm actually an extremely notorious lightweight. And so I get tipsy / drunk very, very quickly, and so as a result, I tend to stay away from harder liquor. I like daiquiris, they're pretty nice, but I tend to like whatever, like, the specialty cocktail in a place is, if it has, like, berries, vodka, you know, something like that. Regularly at home, I'm partial to a rum and coke, of course, with Malibu rum. But I'm not really good at knowing them by names. So I hope that answered your question. See how freaking invincible I am with my gun mage because I can hit from up to 3 squares away in a straight line. This is why I wanted this. You did it again, Han. Sometimes I like margaritas, sometimes I like strawberry margs. But sometimes they are a little too, like, they taste a little too much like the alcohol, and I like the less it tastes like alcohol, the better. Perfection! Okay, we are finally making a white mage. Excellent. Okay. So we're gonna sort our menu. And now, whenever we want / need to heal, very simple. Because now all we'll have to do is replace any of our dress spheres with white mage, heal, and then put it back to the way that it was. So, because now we have the ability Kiraga. We could use on any of our dress spheres that needs it. So now, we don't have to worry nearly as much about our healing guides. The only thing that I think I need to be able to have all the old abilities I want is I'm gonna want a berserker. Right, that's kind of what I'm saying. But I can get in trouble very easily because I'm such a lightweight, so I have to be careful. Unfortunately, though, I am allergic to pineapples, and so that rules out quite a lot of cocktails. You'd be surprised how many of them use pineapple juice. For example, half the cocktails at Reconnect are going to, for obvious reasons, have pineapple juice in them, and so I'm gonna have to be really careful when I go. And I wasn't always allergic to pineapples, so it is unfortunately not a situation in which it's like, oh, well, I don't know what they taste like because I've always been allergic. No, I do, and they were one of my favorite fruits, and then just started being allergic to them. And the doctors were like, yeah, it's not at all unusual to develop an allergy in your adulthood. And I'm like, well, that sucks though, because why does it have to be this? I do not want to lose my gun page, so I'm a healer. Go. I do have to be careful with my MP, but then later on, once I have Berserker, I can also mitigate that, because remember how a little bit ago we were, it was defeat to, gain HP, there's also a defeat to gain MP ability. Which requires, let me see which dress spheres that requires. No, sorry, MP heal over time, which requires Dark Knight, it requires Gun Mage, and it requires Black Mage. So I, in theory, have all three of those, so hold on. Ooh, tricky, tricky, tricky. I'm gonna do it in place of my Songstress for now. I'm gonna keep the Songstress. Songstress does have utility. MP heal over time. And it also gives me Dark Touch, which is great. So yeah, I'll just walk around and heal MP. Fantastic. Don't need you. Can't remember if I was already in this room or not, so I apologize if I was. Don't need you. This might be where I started. Let's go up. Nice. Okay. Sell some of those accessories that got produced. Do I buy another one of these? Let me see what my inventory looks like. I have 2 spots. I think I'm gonna sell this and get the 2. Actually. Okay. I'm almost at floor 15. Although theoretically I can save wherever I want to, because I do have all of those save memos, so maybe I will just save after this floor. I'm having a great time, but I do need to eat something. Premier Ether, ooh. I hang on to that for now. That's right. What do they do to me? Because if they do Blizzard to me, I am not in fact Blizzard proof, although I do have... Still have Thief on. Okay. These things do Blizzard, I think. Until they run out of MP. This is what happens when you don't pay attention. I'm gonna kill it? Damn! Okay, so that's what happens when you lose a dress sphere. And I really liked having my gun mage. I really did. But I can't remember if I had it the last time I saved, is the problem. Put a different dress to your front facing. It's not the end of the world, it's a level 1 gun mage and I can get another. I did really like having it. And I should probably put on a 5th dress sphere, because now I don't have a 5th one. Can't do ice proof because I don't have Berserker, so I'm just gonna do this. You can steal fusion guides from these. It's kind of a famous source of fusion guides. And it works even better if you have Blizzard proof, obviously, because then it can't do a damn thing to you, and you could just sit there and steal from it. But we didn't get quite that lucky. So we're just gonna kill it and heal every few turns. that. My headphones are yelling at me, it's battery low, and I'm like, I know, but... You know, I charge them all the time, and then they always run out of battery. Don't worry, I'll be able to fully heal the stress sphere with one of those books that I just picked up. And I do have the gunner, which in theory does do the same thing as the gun mage, so I could always put the gunner up front if I really wanted to. I just like the gun mage better because it's also useful for some really good auto abilities. I know. I'm not losing you, don't worry. There we go. Now... I didn't fully heal it, but I can fully heal it with my white mage. And so I will. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. I hate that the game lets you do that. It lets you heal fully healed dress spheres. I meant to do that. Keep this ether we got. And then we can save and get out of here, gamers. I'll figure out what to do about my missing gun mage dress sphere. I'm sure I can get another at some point. Thank you all for joining me on my first stream back, and special thanks to those of you that donated to the cause. I'll be back to streaming at some point. I hope to do it next weekend. But for now, I am going to go get something to eat. And I'll see y'all next time. Thank you so much. It's always nice to come back to so many friendly faces.